Hello, it's Mr. Egg here on a very wet and definitely loud walking street on a Monday night. In this week's video, I'm going to be taking a trip back in time, looking at some of the GOGO bars and nightclubs that I used to manage over the years here in Pattaya. How did I go from being in England to coming and working in Thailand and then owning my own bar? If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. I feel dirty saying that. So the year is 2004 and I'm sitting at home in West Bromwich and I'm reading the Stickman Bangkok column. Stickman is still going now. It's a blog all about Bangkok, and in there was an advertisement really, or a recruitment note to say that there was a bar looking for a manager in Pattaya. I decided to send my CV. Apparently they received 200 emails, but I was the one that got the job, and the bar is just behind me. Ironically, it's now a hair salon. I know, not really much good to me. The bar was called Electric Blue. Now I know that Electric Blue has now moved to Soy 15, but the original Electric Blue was right here. Next door is now iBar. Next door at that time was a bar called Hooties, and the restaurant just to the left here used to be Don's, an Italian restaurant. That's now turned into New York Diner. So this was where it all started, about 13 or 14 years ago. Electric Blue. Some great memories there. Memories there. I remember the smell of the popcorn that we used to give out free to the customers. And it was a two-story building. There was a regular dance floor on the level ground floor, and then up on the top floor there were girls being a little bit naughtier. Great bar of its time, and it got sold at the end of 2005. So then I had to move on somewhere a bit quieter. I had some great times at Electric Blue, but as I said, in 2005 it got sold, and I moved jobs, and I moved to Soy 16, the Exxon, which unfortunately isn't here no more. I think it got demolished, the whole building, about 4 or 5 years ago. Don't quote me on that, but it was around that time frame. Now, Exxon was on the top floor. On the ground floor was the famous Club Boucher, which everybody pronounced wrong. Some people called it Club Bouche, etc., etc. At the time, as many of the old timers will tell you, 2006, 2005, Club Boucher was the bar to be at. It had the first bar in Pattaya I knew that had a jacuzzi on the floor, and girls used to be in there in their swimsuits. Unfortunately, I wasn't working there. I was working at a bar called Exxon. Now, I came back to Exxon a few years later, but the first time I was at Exxon, it was, yeah, around about here where the street lighting is there. Great times there. It turned into a very naughty bar a few years after I left. One of my favourite memories of the first time I was at Exxon was a mama-san called Mama-san May. And she had a great way of introducing the girls to me, the new girls. If a girl came in for a job, she'd say, "Oh, come and meet the manager, Phil." And Manager Phil, hello, you know, nice to meet you. There was a girl, you know, a little bit scared, a little bit frightened. And she used to say, "Take your top off and show Manager Phil your boobs." Yeah, and that was the interview. If she took her top off and showed me her boobs, then she got the job. So that was Exxon. A lot of fun. Hi! Crazy Pattaya. A lot of fun on this soy. The Buddhist kind of temple shrine there, I do remember, was there before. But other than that, everything, there was a bar here, the original Rolling Stone bar, live bar. Gary, who used to run that, has now got a lot of bars all around Pattaya. That was there, that's gone, and it's kind of an Indian disco here now. I'll be back here in a few years' time, but now it's 2006. It's a site that brings back a few memories for me. Angel Witch Rock Dancers. Angel Witch was one of the top go-go bars on Nana Plaza, famous for its shows, and it decided to open up here in Pattaya. And it was right here on Soy 15. I was asked to cover for a manager who had to go back to the UK. I think it was for a month or 2 months, but it wasn't much longer than that. Actually, I got offered the full-time job, but I'd already decided that I was going to move on to another go-go bar, and I didn't want to break that promise. It was a very safe bar, loads of fantastic shows. The stage was so well designed. It had different props, swings, lighting coming up from the floor, smoke and air and winds, fans coming up from the floor. It was a really well-designed show bar. There were shows about every 20 minutes or so. And then after that, the girls used to come on to rock music and do a little 15-minute set. Great place, very safe place to bring couples. And I could have stayed here longer, but I decided to move on. But very, very happy memories here. Angel Witch has been closed for a few years, but the sign's still there. I went back to the UK for a few years, looked after my mom, who later died, and I got offered a job yet again. And this time, it was just here, at Windmill. I'd worked at Windmill before, in the first time I was here. Great bar, everyone knows the Windmill. It's an icon of this city. Crazy girls, fantastic atmosphere, ram-packed every night. I've got some great photographs of my time at Windmill, and hopefully this will bring back a few memories for people. Some of the girls and some of the customers that I met at Windmill. Again, I'm still friends with them now. So after I left Exxon, it was 2012, and the reason I remember it was 2012 was that I saw the opening ceremony to the London Olympics inside this place. I decided to move to Soy 15, and this bar was where I really started to, in my opinion, make a bit of a name for myself on the forums. I think I started doing social media and Facebook here, and this bar was called Baby Dolls. It was managed at the time by the legend Ricky, who now owns Pandora's on LK Metro. And I've said this to a lot of people privately, and I'll say it publicly. I was with Ricky for 1 week, a kind of a handover thing. And I learnt more in that 1 week about the business here in Pattaya than I did in years and years and years everywhere else. Ricky was that good, and he still is that good. So I had big shoes to fill over here, and at Baby Dolls we had a great time. It was a fun bar. We used to have parties. I used to get on the microphone and doing all sorts of naughty parlour games, and it was very British, it was very saucy, and I made a lot of friends here, and I'm still in contact with them. I've got a few photos from the Baby Dolls days, and I hope you enjoy them. Still see some of the girls every now and then. Baby Dolls was sold a few years ago, actually 2 years ago I think, and now it's Beavers. It's closed at the moment, but all the girls and all the staff are working over at Dollhouse over the road, and Dollhouse really is a great kicking bar. So many happy memories here of Baby Dolls. If you've got any happy memories, maybe put them in the comment section below. After this, I moved literally 200 yards round the corner to Soy 14, and a bit of a different type of bar. So quiet. Soy 14 on Walking Street, and I was on the move again in 2013, 2014, and it was to not a go-go bar, but, well, some people say it was a beer bar, some people say it was a coyote bar, but it was Secrets. And it was a bar that I used to come in quite a lot when I was on holiday. One of the managers there was the legendary Larry, who's now retired, and there was a manager who was in after Larry called Hayden, and then I came along. Secrets turned into Scooter's Bar, I think about 2018, 2019. We just move on up to the front here. How many times was this packed full of girls, welcoming customers, holding signs, various states of undress in different uniforms that we used to put the girls on the podiums. Secrets Hotel was next door. Let's go and see what that looks like now. Again, the Secrets Hotel has been closed for a long time. I'm still friends with many people that used to stay here, including the guy who used to deal with all the bookings, Danny. I was speaking to him only the other day. And again, it's a sad sight, but it's locked up. I would say out of all the places that I worked at, I had some great times in all of them, and I worked for some wonderful people. But I really enjoy myself the most, the best at this place. There was the Secrets Hotel, there was the villa, there was the taxis, and of course, putting everything together was the girls. And there were some great girls here. Secrets wasn't everybody's cup of tea. People thought it was a bit cliquey, it was a bit up itself. But I have to say, I had some great times here. And you never know, one day it might reopen. Who knows? I was here until 2014, 2015, and then I moved just down there, back onto Walking Street. So now it's 2015 and I'm on the move again, back onto the main drag of Walking Street. This is Soi 14, and this is Sugar Baby, a GOGO. Except it's not called Sugar Baby, a GOGO anymore, it's called Golden Club. It was sold a few years ago. Same owner as Windmill. Great, really great bar. One of my favourite things about this bar was my co-manager, or the main manager. We were kind of managers together. A Japanese guy called Jin. And Jin was just the loveliest guy. He was a hard-working guy. And he used to basically run the show, and I just used to come in and be the big I am every day and scooter off, and that was it. This was the last bar I worked at before I bought Le Pub. Many great memories. I'm going to show you a few photos of some happy times, some great girls. And I was here from about 2014, 15 to 2016. Don't quote me on that, but that was Walking Street, and then we went to Soi Diamond. 2016, I'm talking to somebody that owns a bar here called the Crab Bar on Soi Diamond, where I am now. And he wants somebody to take over running the bar. The previous tenants have moved out. And I had a look around, and it's a bit messy. There was a lot of work to be done on it. And one thing I've realised over the years is I can run a bar, but I can't really build a bar. I'm not really a builder. I'm a manager, if you like. So I turned them down the first time, and then a few months later, the owner had done the place up, was running it himself, it wasn't really going very well, and offered me the bar again. Did I want to buy my own bar, run my own bar? And you know, I've been hired by a lot of people, been fired by a lot of people, I've always moved on, and I'm very grateful to everybody that I've worked for. But what I really wanted was to run my own place. You know, we all do. We all want that control over our lives. And, you know, I always think I'm right. Usually I'm not, but I like to think that. And the best way to do that was by having my own place. So, December the 1st, 2016, I took over here at Le Pub. And I'm pleased to say, 4 years later, I'm still here. Corona has come, all sorts of problems in the industry, but we're still open and we're doing okay. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour. I'll be talking more about running a bar and all the sorts of things that go on in Le Pub in a future video. If you have enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to my video channel. I'm looking for those 1,000 subscribers so that we can do a lot of things on YouTube. And also, please share the video, share it on some Facebook groups or whatever. I'd appreciate that. Thank you for the tour. Stick around and I'll see you later.